Hello guys, welcome to another video. First of all, I just want to wish everyone who celebrates it that you had a very good Christmas. It was pretty good for me, as you will be seeing today. But yeah, this will be, if you are seeing this from the date that is published, my end of the year video. I think I have made like an end of the year video for like 2 years now. So yeah, just to keep the tradition going, you know? And today's video is going to be about something that I have reviewed quite a lot in the past, videos. Today we will be taking a look at another VST or AM simulator or whatever you want to call it. Because today we will be taking a look at the Aurora DSP Rhino. But first of all, before I start, I want to thank the person that sponsored this video, because this is a sponsor review. Not by the brand, mind you, by just a random person that decided to buy this product for me. So thanks to Sean, he is a good friend of mine from Discord. He was kind enough to buy this for me, and yeah, without him I wouldn't really be demoing this product, because if you're a fan of the channel, you know I'm pretty cheap with that kind of stuff. So yeah, thanks Sean for providing this product. So let's get into it. By this point I have tried maybe 50-60 VSTs, and this might be the most complete one. It's actually more complete and has more features than most of the neural DSP ones, for around half of the price if you can get it on sale. The normal price of the Rhino is $90, well $89, but you can get it pretty regularly for around 40-50 bucks when they are on sale, which is an insane value for what they offer. This is really advanced. It has a lot of good features that are considered really premium in terms of VSTs and even pedals and amplifiers. This VST divides itself in 7 sections that you can manipulate by themselves, use independently from the others, turn on, turn off, do whatever you want with them basically. First we have the input section, which features an input gain knob, a noise gate which has tweakable parameters, and a high pass filter. One thing is that you cannot turn off the high pass filter. However, there's modes to the noise gate and you can adjust every single parameter on it, but the high pass filter is always on. But you can adjust the frequency that it filters. Next we have the preamp section, which features 4 different types of amplifiers. A very normal run-to-the-mill Fender clean, a more Marshally, very obviously Marshally type of sound, another that is kind of a hybrid between a 5150 and a dual rectifier, and then the latter, which is kind of its own sound. I don't think I could place my finger on it, but if any of you guys can, please leave down in the comments maybe if you know what these 4 amplifiers are exactly supposed to be. And you also have 4 different drive pedals that you can use with any of the amplifiers. You have a fuzz, you have a tube screamer, you have the brute, which is like a rat type of distortion, and then you have the push, which is just like a volume boost, and you can adjust the parameters within them. Each amplifier has a 3-band EQ and a drive knob. Next we have the tone stack section, which is the EQ and the tone matching sections. The EQ is really cool, the best that I've seen in any VST, because not only can you adjust the amplitude of the frequency that you are boosting or diminishing, you can adjust the type of curve that you are applying to the EQ, and you can also adjust like the frequency that you are adjusting. It is pretty insanely versatile and it's really good. And the tone matching I won't be featuring in this video because I don't really know how it works, but it is kind of cool, I guess, if you want to mess with that kind of stuff. Next we have the effects, that is the modulation effects and the time effects. With the modulation you get a flanger, a chorus, and a phaser, and with the time effects you get a delay, an echo, which are kind of different, and a reverb. They are all super tweakable, and with the reverb you get 16 types of reverb, which is kind of cool. Then we have the IR section. You can actually load up to 4 IRs at the same time. You can mix them whenever you want. however you want. There's modes to them. You can adjust the resonance, the presence. There's a lot of really good sounding IRs built in into this VST, which is something that I really found is lacking in many of the really high-end VSTs. Like the new Aurora DSP, their IRs are not really that great. But I'm happy to report that this one, they are really great. You can load your own IRs, you can mix them. It's a really good IR loader. I wish they sold it separately because, you know, loading every single thing on the VST just to use the IR loader isn't really that efficient, like CPU wise, but it is really good. You can mix them, you can do whatever you want with them. It's really nice. Then you have the out section, which just has your normal output fader that adjusts the output volume. You have a limiter that I don't really fully understand what it does. I know that it boosts volume, but I don't know what it limits. And then you have a tight fader that I also kind of don't know what it does. I have messed with it and it doesn't seem to change the sound that much. And then finally, something that is very weird, that it's not obvious, at least for me it wasn't, and something I just saw advertised at the Aurora DSP website, and is the Rhino knob. That little Rhino thingy is called that you see in the middle of on the interface. That is a knob, and it just sends your signal a full octave down. You can mix it with your own, you know, with just the normal VST to make that kind of, you know, octave type of sound. But if you want just like a bass tone, you can just drop it instantly and use the Marshall or the Fender amplifier, and you will pretty much have a very convincing bass sound. We will be seeing a lot of more of that in the, you know, in the demo. You can also run it in mono or stereo. You can have infinite presets. You can have a recall button that just sends everything to stock. There's a light mode that I don't know if you like light modes. It honestly hurts my eyes, but if you want it, it's there. And also, last but not least, it has a very good tuner. So yeah, those are pretty much all of the specs that I can give you, because this will not be a, you know, deep down demo of this VST, because that will just realistically take at least an hour and a half. This video is not going to be an hour and a half, so it's just going to be like messing around, seeing what tones can we get, what cool tones can you achieve just with the stuff that this provides. I won't be using anything else but this VST, the noise gate, the IRs, the boosts, everything is going to coming out of this VST. And for the demo, I will be using my new Warlock Strat copy that I got for Christmas. Thanks mom, thanks girlfriend. And that has a London design humbucker in the bridge and just two generic ceramic single coils for mid and neck. So yeah, let's go right into the demo. Okay guys, so here we are at the actual demo. As you can see, the interface is kind of very pretty, actually very organized. It is pretty nice. So first of all, I want to show you the light mode. Warning if you're watching this at night or something. Yeah, it looks pretty, like it's not bad, but it hurts my eyes, so I'm going to be using the dark interface for this video. As you can see, everything is set up pretty on the middle. I just have the volume a bit up because the Fender type of amplifier is kind of quiet. So right now I'm on the first amplifier, the red amplifier. Everything is on the middle. I don't have any any pedals. I don't have any effects. I just have the IR with the fourth IR. So yeah, let's hear how that sounds. As I said, it's not going to be like a full demo of every single feature. I'm just going to be getting some cool tones out of the VST. So yeah, let's see if we can get maybe some more cooler clean sounds, I guess. Okay guys, before I get into the clean tones, some actual really cool thing that I do want to show you is that when you go into the IR settings, here you can select the kind of tone that you want and the IRs that suits the best for them. So right now, because I'm playing clean, so I have it in cleans, but you can put it in rhythm, leads, and cleans, which is actually pretty cool. I'm using the 4th IR on the clean, so this is the lucid, but you can also get stuff like glorious, crystal, and buried. So I'm going to be using the lucid. I'm using the first amplifier. Again, I have a bit of reverb and a bit of chorus. So let's check how that sounds. That sounds really good. You can even get some like clean Metallica type of tones. Again, as I have said in many of my videos, I'm not a clean player at all, so I apologize for that. But yeah, let's go into something more interesting, shall we? Let's go into more type of crunchy rhythm tones. Okay, so right now I'm using the second amplifier, the yellow amplifier. I have the drive on 7-ish, I have the boost enabled, I have lows are 4.5, mids at 8.9, and treble at 1.4. One interesting thing about the 3-band EQs is that they go to like -12 to normal 12. So yeah, you can definitely get some really interesting ranges on that. And I have the tube screamer enabled, pretty normal tube screamer type of settings, gain really low, level really high, and tone pretty much at the middle. And this is how that sounds. Yeah, that sounds really fucking nice. That's a very, very good Marshall tone. Although I feel it's kind of muddy, so let's throw the lows a bit down, the mids a bit up, not too up, and the treble. And let's down the gain a little bit to 4.8. See how that sounds. Yeah, that sounds like a Marshall to me at least. It sounds really, really good. You can get a wide variety of Marshall tones. Let's see if we can get some Marshall tones but more metal. yeah, as you can see, you have plenty of gain to have from any of these amplifiers. With the drive a little bit up, the push and the scream, you can actually get a pretty good Marshall like early 80s metal tone. Sounds really good, but let's see if we can get some more modern type of gain sounds. Wow, that sounds really heavy. As you can see, you can get some pretty modern tones out of this VST as well as vintage ones. It can do pretty much anything from blues and jazz cleans to like nu metal. But as I told you guys, here in the IR section you can actually load your own IRs. As you can see here in the IR1, I have my York Audio Mesa 2x12B30, which is the one I use most of the times when I'm playing with other VSTs. So let's select that one and see how it sounds. It's the same exact settings as the other one, so let's hear how that sounds. Okay, yeah, that sounds really nice with the York Audio one, but as you can hear, the normal or the stock rather input responses don't sound bad at all. Like they're really competing with third-party IRs. And this 5150 sound is just amazing. It's like one of the better ones I have tried from any other VST. Let's see if I can get maybe any type of lead tone with this VST using the distortion and the times effects. Okay guys, so same exact settings as far as the distortion. As you can see, I'm using the delay and the reverb. I'm using a plate reverb, I think, and the settings are the ones that you can see right on the screen, and this is how that sounds. Yeah, it sounds really good. For some reason it sounds much quieter. Probably that's the only post-production I'm going to do. I'm going to boost the volume in that take a little bit, because it does sound really quiet compared to like without the effects on. This is without the time effects, and this is with. For some reason it sounds really quiet when you engage the times effects, but they sound pretty okay regardless. The delay and the echo are really good in my opinion, but the reverbs, could do a little better, but they're more than usable either way. Let's try with the last amplifier, the purple pinkish type of amplifier, and let's see what sounds we can get out of that. Okay, that is definitely something different. I can't quite put my finger on what it's supposed to be. It sounds kind of German, but it lacks like that heavy thumb of the German amplifiers. Maybe it's something supposed to be more like an American crunch type of deal, but it sounds really good regardless. Like when you push it with the screamer or the push, it sounds really nice. It's not my favorite sound, but it's not bad either. It definitely has its uses. I usually, when I'm playing, I prefer the blue one. But yeah, let's see if we can mess with any of these pedals. You can use all of them at the same time, which does get some interesting results. Maybe you're supposed to use more than one at the same time. I don't know. If you use all of them, you get a pretty sweet type of lead distortion. More pedal-like, more than, a muff or something like that, rather than the actual distortion of an amplifier. So that's pretty interesting. Okay, so this is the EQ. As I said, I'm not going to be featuring any of the tone matching stuff because I don't really know how to use it. But the EQ is really interesting. Here you can see you can adjust how much you add or subtract from that specific frequency. As you can see here, I'm going to up that a little bit so you can see it better. You can change the frequency that you're changing here on the graph, basically. With this knob you can adjust the curve. As you can see, you can get some pretty interesting curves to whatever you're changing, and this is a better way to exemplify it. You can pretty much move all around the spectrum, basically. So you can have some interesting stuff like this. I don't really know how to use EQs, so I'm not going to turn it off for the rest of the demos, but that's an option you do have. And it also comes with a lot of really good presets from other artists, as you can see: Scott Elliott, Taylor Denley, Alessandro Silly, a bunch of people that have done a lot of presets for this VST, and you can use them all. They're pretty, like, really usable. On this one I just adjusted the noise gate because it was turned off, but this is pretty much out of the box, as you would say. This has nothing tweaked to it, this is just a preset. Pretty nice. Also, as I have told you guys, you can actually use this as a bass simulator. It's not the most realistic bass tone of all time, but if you're in a hurry, if you just want to fuck around learning a bass song but you don't want to actually invest in a bass, this is pretty much, you know, one of the best options there is. There isn't that much latency. It obviously has some because this is all digital, but it's not bad at all. But yeah, that was pretty much an overview of this really amazing VST. I'm sorry that I didn't get really detailed with every single thing, but it's just too much. Like, it has too much. I can't get into every single feature of it, otherwise I would be recording here for a very long time. But yeah, that's pretty much everything for the demo. Let's go right again into my personal opinion and the outro. Thanks for watching this long ass demo, and I'll see you guys there. Okay guys, so as you could see and hear, this is kind of an insane VST. The quality of the sound, of the features and the effects are really great. And the only thing that I don't actually fully like about this VST is the reverb. It doesn't have that spacey, airy type of reverb sound that I like personally, but if you like it, then I guess you're all set. It's great. I actually use this standalone whenever I want to play, but I don't want to mess with Reaper and all of the effects at the same time or whatever. So yeah, for that is insanely good. One thing that I already said that I love about it is that the IRs are really good. Sometimes with stuff like the Aurora DSP, the Audio Salt that I actually love, both of those companies I really enjoy the products of, but the IRs are just like, no, I have to use like the ones I normally use, the York Audio or the ML Sound, because these stock ones are just, you know, not bad, but not convincing enough for me, I guess. But yeah, would I recommend the Aurora DSP Rhino? Absolutely. Like, even at full price, or at $89, it's insane the actual value that you get out of this VST. It's insane. It's packed full of features. It sounds great in my opinion. It's insanely versatile. The Rhino knob is kind of fun, and I hope that Aurora DSP keeps putting out many more products. Maybe not as fully fledged as this. This was kind of obviously meant to be like a flagship type of product, but they also try to do like more standalone stuff, you know, more isolated type of amplifier, normal VSTs, I guess. They also have one that is pretty much exactly the same as this one, that's called the Mammoth, but it is for bass instead of guitar. So if you're interested for that, then yeah, it's also great, I've heard. And again, thanks Sean for sponsoring this video. Your generosity is just mind-boggling to me. You're a great person, and yeah, thanks for sponsoring this video. And I also want to thank you, the person watching this video. Thanks for everything. This year was pretty rough for me. It was not an easy year at all, but you know, the YouTube team kept me going. It is something that I actually love. I really enjoy making these type of videos. So yeah, thanks to everyone that supported me, my family, my girlfriend, my friends, and every single one of you that watches these videos and gives me a justification to keep making them. So thanks guys, thanks a lot for this year, and I hope that the next one is going to be better. But that will be pretty much everything for today's video. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. That will help me immensely because YouTube would recommend this video to many other people. And if you have seen any of my other videos and you also like them, please subscribe. Next year I'm going to make as much videos as I realistically can. If you want to buy the Aurora DSP Rhino, there will be a link down in the description so you can buy directly from them. Thanks a lot for everything this year, for watching this video, for putting up with my bullshit. Happy New Year, and I'll see you on my next video and next year. Have a good one. Bye. But that will be that will be pee-pee.